Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor. And we're going to do the review for 213 on NXT. And you know what? They usually start off with a recap, but they changed it up a little this week. They've actually got Metaphor starting it out, and Noam laying back on the trainer's table with some cucumbers on his eyes there, and Mensa doing the rubber bands, and just kind of chilling before their match with Von Wagner and Mr. Stone. And then you hear the words, "Attack, attack!" And Von grabs Mensa, and Mr. Stone grabs Noam, and of course Lash and the ladies come running out afterwards, and that's where the appearance of the twins there, the two young boys, I would say. They they point Mr. Stone's sons. They point them in the wrong direction, and the guys just continue to fight out onto the main stage, out to the ring. And it's, I guess it's probably going to be the easiest way to make Mr. Stone look somewhat good in this match. And he's an ex-wrestler and looks chiseled. But he's got Kevin Nash disease, no legs, all upper body. And so the match gets going, and it goes like you would think. Von Wagner starts it out, tears some butt up real quick, and then he tags in Mr. Stone. And Mr. Stone gets a couple good moves, but you know what's going to happen. You know that Stone's going to take the butt whooping in this match. And pretty much does. Has some good spots. But Von gets some good time in this match, but really not enough in-ring time to me to really make it look good, because of course they're going to use Mr. Stone like a doormat, and they do, and it's going to end up to where you actually think that maybe, just maybe, that they're Von Wagner and Mr. Stone are going to pull this off, but it doesn't quite work out that way. It's like everything else. All good things must come to an end, and right towards the end, there's a little trickery, a slight bit of shenanigans, and bam. The next thing you know, Mr. Stone is pinned, and the match is over. But, I mean, what did you expect? With the push they're giving Metaphor, I mean, you had to see it coming. But like they usually start the show off with, now they had the match, and now they do their promo for their recap from last week. And, they run through. You got Dragunov, and you got the best punch that Dijak has ever thrown on Dragunov. And they run through, him, Mello, and his turning on, whoop that trick. Yeah, so, and, who knows? Mello may end up being a lot better of a heel than he'll ever be of a miniature HBK. Yeah, that's right, I said it. But yeah, with Dijak and Dragunov and Mello, and it's a good little recap. Oh yeah, you got to throw Joe Gacy in there. Joe Gacy had his little punch in there, which caused Dragunov to win. So we got to have a little revenge tonight. So, yeah, decent little recap there. Can't go wrong, I guess, with that. Then you've got, they go into they're getting ready to have a Ridge Holland match, but they go into a Chase U promo. When they go to a commercial break, you know how the deal works. And they come back and it's a Chase U promo. And Andre Chase is pretty much, thanking Gacy Jane, of course, and letting everybody know how, she did it. Like they're getting all their stuff back. It's kind of like they're playing a country record backwards, Instead of losing your dog and your wife, you get your dog and your wife. So, Duke gets his MVP trophy back. So, hey, and even Chase goes, does the old saying, if you love something, let it go. If it's really yours, it'll come back, or something to that effect. But yeah, then they're going to go to the gauntlet match. And it's Ridge Holland. And he wants all of the Gallus, guys. So they're going to have a gauntlet match. And if he wins the first match, he gets, the first round, then he gets the second, and then, the third, of course. And when they come out, though, Gallus comes out, they've got their Bumblebee, the Killer Bees from Saturday Night Live in the 70s. Never mind, y'all have no idea what that is. But anyway, they come out with their honeybee kind of get up on. And when they get in the ring, they kind of try to do a little deception. You don't know which one is going to start the match. So there's that moment of tension, and Ridge does pretty good. That's a chance that you get to do your facial expressions and really work on your craft, because it'll come up later when you get, called up. But Ridge does pretty good at the start, and of course Gallus does good, and it's going to be Wolfgang. Wolfgang. I just like saying that. Wolfgang, and it's not with Mammoth. So, so it's, you've got Wolfgang starting it off, and they do an odd thing on here. Like, the match is actually pretty good, and it runs a little long. They don't let Wolfgang look bad in this. But the pin is actually during picture-in-picture. And I didn't quite understand that. Like, they come back from commercial break, and I think it's Joe Coffey is in there after that, and you're like going, whoa, what happened here? And then of course they show it, and it was just a little odd. I don't really know why they did it like that, but anyway. But of course the match continues, and it's a pretty good match. I don't know what they're trying to build Ridge as, but they're definitely doing something with him. The second round goes, but there ends up being a little interference. So with the disqualification, it's going to mean that Ridge is going to win. But he can't. It can't just be that way. You can't just have Ridge win and not have somebody's got to take a butt whooping. So, and of course they keep billing Ridge as having no friends. Yeah, he's a loner. And so that means with no help coming, Gallus can just, throw the whooping, throw it down. And which they do, but during the match, I gotta say, Ridge had a couple catches, like when they came off the top ropes and stuff like that. It was pretty good, pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna say I was overly excited about it, but it was, it's like maybe he just is one click away, or maybe somebody's seeing something when they're working in with ring time. A lot of times, when in professional sports, you can have like a basketball team that'll have a practice where they're hitting every single thing, their free throws, everything, and then they get in the game and it's like there's a lid on the bucket. So I don't know if that's sometimes what happens to some of these guys. But I've seen Ridge have a couple of flashes, but I just don't quite see, somebody must be saying something is what I'm saying. And yeah, because in the end, when they get ready to throw down on him, they get a chair, and it, what's about to happen. So, but Ridge turns the table, and he kicks the chair out of Wolfgang's hand, and does a 4 on a rating of 10 with the chair. It's not the fact that he can't sling the chair. It's just the fact that the Gallus guys had to like bend over and wait for the chair shot, and that didn't look good. But in the end of the match, Ridge goes into the corner, and he's like, got this look like, I can see them maybe doing an angle on it, like he doesn't understand how strong he is and how much damage he can do. I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know. But yeah, after the match though, you got a little promo, and Lexus King is really moving on up. They were really seeing something in him. He's getting the push kind of quick. But yeah, they got Von Wagner and Mr. Stone after the match, walking in the back, and Lexus King there, he's just hanging out and kind of letting them know that, hey, I got a match coming up, and Mr. Stone, if you want to get your kids and let them see a winner, bring them out. So of course, there's going to be a match probably next week. Surely they're not with Mr. Stone. You never notice how small Mr. Stone is until he's standing next to Von Wagner. But yeah, they go from that. They go to the Latin Queen Lola Vice, Miss MMA, and she's got a little revenge on her mind because Tatum Paxley, cost her in the breakout tournament contract. So yeah, this is kind of like a revenge match, but in a bizarre turn last week or whatever, Tatum tried to cash in the breakout tournament, which she did not have the authority. So they trying to do a little R-Truth with Tatum. I don't know. Not quite sure on that one. But as far as the match goes, not too bad. I think Lola's, her timing, she just needs ring time. Tatum is good. It's there again, it's just ring time. It's like she is definitely a little farther, I think, than Lola is, but both of them pretty good job. Like I said, I just think they just need a little ring time. The match itself, okay. It's going to end up with Miss Vice, Lola Vice, winning the match. But as far as the match goes, not too bad, to go by. They're building a little storyline there. So, all right, we go. And she did get her to one. She got her to tap out too, so that was kind of good. She gets her to tap out, and then knocks her out. And towards the end of this match, Tatum's new buddy, her new pal, her new runaround, her new rugrat, Lola, or not Lola, but Lyra Valkyria, the ladies' champ, comes out. And when Tatum is out of there in Dream World, the ladies' champ, picks her up and takes her back to the locker room to make sure she's okay, or whatever like that. But, that's after, of course, Miss Vice, puts her out. So, they're building something up, the champ was saying, no, we're not friends. But, it keeps coming out, that they are. So, but before they do their little spot like that, they've got the champs, the tag champs, Tony D and Stax. And what was the guy's name? Luther. Some new guy comes in a suit, and is smacking a little knowledge down and trying to, blow a little smoke up old Tony D. And but earlier during the chase, Adriana does show up and picks up an envelope of money, I guess the payback from the calendar sales. And, not too bad, but Adriana did say that the envelope seems, you never say the envelope feels heavy. That's just something you never say. It's always light. But anyway, they did a little angle on that. Yeah, and the little Italian thing with Adriana Rizzo. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But she does have a match upcoming with Jada Parker, and she hit different. That's what everybody, I guess that's her little deal is she hit different. So and in the match, not too bad. Rizzo needs, of course, like everybody else, ring time for show. But so does Jada Parker. And you can see a couple of flashes, but not too much. Not too much. The match is okay. I can't say that it's not, but it just doesn't give me the excitement. Neither one of them just really was like, wow. In the size difference, too, Jada Parker is a lot taller, definitely more size. Although Adriana did do a kick up, and then she, instead of like landing on her feet like most everybody does, she flipped. So that's the most impressive thing I saw out of Adriana Rizzo in this match. And she asked, eventually she does the old, hey, hit me again. And because Jada Parker she hit different. She hit her upside the head, and there was no whoops or anything. It was just over. And so okay on the match, and little promo after that with Dijak. And at least he doesn't have his cassette player. But Dijak's out there, looking at that good punch he threw on Dragunov. The best thing he's done. He's got his reflecting 1989 State Trooper glasses on, and he's all happy watching the I guess his Kindle. And then he sees old Joe Gacy, the little punch that Gacy did to him, and it's kind of bothering him. So he's got a bag. Everybody's got a bag, but Dijak's got a bag, and there's something in there that makes Dijak smile. So Dijak's got a bag. And we'll see a little later what's in the bag. But you got kind of a little revenge match coming up here, because you got Mello Hume, and he's going to go up against Joe Gacy, the beautiful loser. I'm starting to call him, because man, he can look good in a match and still lose. It's kind of like some people don't need the title; they're just that good and got that kind of pull. And he's developing. I've had a bunch of people keep remarking they're trying to use him in the Bray Wyatt role. I do not see that. I really do think Gacy is kind of creating his own niche, his own. I like it. It's kind of goofy. The smiles when he's getting his butt tore up, or after he's gotten his butt tore up. I kind of like it. And the match, is pretty good. Mello is going to put on a pretty good match, because he's him. And so the match itself is pretty good. With the push that him is getting, that he's going to end up winning the match, and he does. He ends up winning the match, in so fair, fashion. Nothing to write home about, if it would have went the other way, it would have been a big surprise. You know how that goes. But, Mello hits the can't miss leg drop, the Hulk Hogan. I call it Hulk Hogan off the top rope. he does that to him, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. So so we're gonna see, what's coming up next. Oh, wait a minute. Dijak shows up out of nowhere, because he has that bag, and we wanted to see what was in the bag. So Gacy's already had the match. So Dijak brings him out and says, "Hey, I got a bag," and inside that bag is a straitjacket. Now, this was not done bad, but somebody should have told Dijak that he doesn't have to hit every. You put a couple of latches on, strap his arms around, and kick him. That's about the way that goes. You don't need all of this other stuff. But he does. It does. The segment seemed okay. Gacy, I think, acts goofy is kind of his way of doing things, and it just took a little longer. So sometimes you can be the best comedian, the best actor, or whatever. If somebody's taking too long in their lines or their moves or whatever it may be, you look bad. But this didn't look bad. This just looked a little prolonged. But Dijak and Gacy, and we can see where this is going. Faux show. But then you're gonna have a little wolf dog. Yeah, it seems the wolf dogs are they're going to do a little something with them, I guess. Baron says in this little promo that that he really wants to have the belt. It's been like 6 years, so good little promo or whatever like that. But they got this Brindley. They got Brindley in the locker room. And Lash and Keanu. Oh yeah, they do a little promo there. Nothing that great. Roxanne does a little promo. New girl Ren St. Clair, I believe, tries to talk to Roxanne. Roxanne smacks her upside the head. So you know where that's going. And then you get Obi Femi, the North American champ. Now he comes out and he's talking a little bit about Dragon Lee and but then again we have Lexis King out, and Lexis King walks in to the kingdom there because he says that you may be a prince or whatever Oba is saying he is, but Lexis says he's a king. And then he tries to pull a king-like move after a couple slick little lines there, and Oba did pretty good there on the stick, but Alexis tries to do the sucker punch, and it doesn't work. He gets a couple little ends. Then of course Oba's about to choke slam him, and he gets to slip out of the ring. So not too bad of a little promo. I mean, like I said, they're pushing Mr. King right now. And then from then, you've got we had the Briggs and Jensen thing last week, where trying to give Big Brother advice and everything. So now you got them throwing down, and of course you've got the GM for NXT, the representative for HBK. You got Ava. She comes in and, of course, lays the smack down. You see what I did there? See what I did there? It's her dad. You see. Anyway, Ava comes in and breaks it up, and of course, lays the law down. So you know where that's going. And then you've got. Not a bad little match with Kiana James with Izzy Dean in their corner, and she's going against Brindley Reese. So she does pretty good. Miss Reese might be something after a little while. She just needs some, like I said earlier, some ring time or whatever. But Kiana James did show that she is definitely the vet in this deal. And is going to get the get the win. But Miss Reese showed herself, pretty good. So I could definitely see something on down the road. And then you've got Roxanne showing up, to confront the GM, HBK's special appointed GM, Ava. And Ava, says, hey, you're going to have to, you smacked her, so you're going to have to fight her. And so that's what's going to come next week. And then after that, they've got Anofi and Blade. And their shirts, man. They got some Jerry Lawler Versace type shirts. They got some. You got to be in shape, or you got to. They wear it good, but you can not just everybody can wear those shirts. But anyway, they're trying to help, Brindley, Miss Reese, and Brindley's like, hey, I'm not sad. I'm fired up. She fired up like Tommy Rich. Fired up. Yeah, that's where that's going. But they're doing a little something with the Anofi and Blade. They're getting them at least some time, because the guys are high flyers. They're definitely on the verge of heading to the main roster themselves. And you're going to have the tag team title match. You're going to have Braun and Baron versus Tony D and Stacks. Now, the match itself is a pretty good match. They let Tony D and Stacks, they make some great moves. They have some good offense. Of course, they sell pretty good. And, Braun, it looks great. Baron needs to hit the gym a little bit, I think. Just maybe. I don't know. He just looked a little... I don't know. Just didn't look like he has in the past. But of course, Braun is jacked, and Tony D is really, and Stacks is coming on. That's the reason I think Baron looked a little out of place in this particular match. But yeah, they go back and forth. Braun hits some freaking I don't know, reverse Frankensteiner clothesline. I don't know, but Braun's getting himself to that level, to that other level. He's getting there. I thought that, hey, they've got all this going on with Raw and SmackDown with Braun, that they're just going to let Tony D and Stacks win this, and somebody will jump in or something. But to my surprise, we have new tag team champions. That's right. The Wolf Dogs. The Wolf Dogs are our new champions after a B+ match. Yeah, that's what I said. A B+ match. Maybe an A, or an A-, maybe. A-, B+, right in that range, in the curve. Pretty good, though. Pretty good. So maybe the T-shirt sales were doing good. I don't know, but I smell them rematch. So yeah, you know where this is going to go to, folks. But like I said, good match. The show pretty good. Go back and check it out. The last match, I would definitely say was probably the best. Seeing Ava, everybody wants to see HBK's representative. The metaphor, not too bad in the opening match. Stone looked a little funny in there with the Kevin Nash disease, and and I didn't mention that Shotzi got in there, and she did a little promo that she's going to go after the belt, which that's the whole reason that Roxanne got mad. I guess I should have mentioned that in the right order. Shows how important I thought it was. Anyway, we got some pretty good stuff there, but not too bad, folks. Not too bad. But I tell you what, guys, that is going to do it for the review for NXT on the 13th of February, the day before Valentine's Day. So everyone out there, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day. And hey, what better to get your Valentine's than a puppy or a little doggy from the shelter? That's right, folks. Help them shelters out if you can. You knew I was going to throw it in there. And of course, spay and neuter. And yeah, guys, I guess that's going to be it. And you know how we end it every week. This is Memphis Mark, and I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.